welcome to Thursday Night Live. It's the Grandstanders. It's the Big, and we're here for the Super Bowl show, the preview before the Super Bowl on Sunday. My name is Scott Kerman. I'm your host, and of course, I'm with my co-host on my left, Russ Stevens, on my right, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and on my far right, Alan Camo. Guys, it's Thursday. It's a few days before the big game. It's the Patriots versus the world, right? I mean, this is not against Seattle, right? It's kind of like the American Gladiators.
No, we went in, when Belichick gave that press conference last Saturday, we went into bleep you mode. It was just like, bleep everybody, it's us against you.
Everybody hates the Patriots except for this area and whoever, if you're transplants.
Bring it on.
Right? And so now we feel like this is our game, this is our team, and, well, let's preview it. So we're going to start with the Patriots. We're going to start with the defense first. Keys on defense for the Patriots. Russ, tell me who needs to stand out in this game to help assist us in winning it.
Don't you guys think it's just all about containing Lynch and containing Wilson? And if you can push them into having to throw the ball, they're going to play right into our hands.
It's all about the center of the field, starting with Vince, Silva Salinga, Chris Jones. Start right there, then move back to the middle linebackers. They got it controlled between the numbers all the way up the field.
Yeah, Wilson's obviously a quarterback who's very mobile, right? Lynch, tough running back. He's a guy who's been in this league a long time. He's a big bruiser, very fast. We've played against him before many times over the years, so it's not the first time that they've defended against him. If we can shut down Wilson and we can shut down Lynch, are we there as far as on the road to winning this game?
I don't know how they score, right?
Let me tell you what I think. I think this is all the Patriots game. This is theirs for the taking. And I think one of the best ways to shut down Wilson and Lynch is for Mr. Brady and his offensive team to keep them off the field. You're going to see great ball control. We talk about a punishing runner. Who's that guy, Blunt? You're going to see this happen.
Well, the Patriots have started off very slow, pretty much the whole season, right? I mean, that's been kind of a recipe for almost disaster the whole season. They can't afford to start off slow in the Super Bowl with a team of this caliber. Do you agree?
I couldn't agree more. And the problem being, if you get behind, they're going to run, and they're going to run some more, and they're going to run some more, and you might have 10 possessions in this game tops if you allow them to run the ball like they want to. So we can't, this is not a game we want to play from behind in.
Yeah.
And in the Patriots Super Bowls, the offense has been the reason they have lost against the Giants the last two Super Bowls.
Correct.
The offense did not come to play. And to me, that's it. If the Patriots score 30 points, we're winning this Super Bowl. Would you agree? I mean, I don't think Seattle can put up a 30 spot against the Patriots.
I don't think they can throw the ball well enough in a prolonged way to have a bunch of long drives down the field throwing it. So if you do stop Lynch and Wilson, are they going to throw the ball outside the numbers against Revis and our cornerbacks with those receivers?
And Harrington it's not a good recipe because Wilson isn't that accurate a thrower for on a deep ball. I don't, especially if they're with a safety covering over there, he'd be thrown into double coverage. And where he floats the ball a little, they'd be in big trouble if you can control them within the numbers, you're in good shape. And I think Seattle is one of those teams that says, this is what we do, stop us. This is how we play defense. Come on, bring it on. Those are the kind of teams you can game plan around. Find a weakness, exploit the chink. They've got so many weapons on offense now that if option 1 doesn't work, option 2 doesn't work, option 3 doesn't work, then you can be going to Who Man, or you can go into Vereen.
Yeah, I think Seattle can be game planned. I think they can be. Right. Oh,
why not?
And now that they're playing the better defenses, they are going to Amendola.
2 weeks ago, Alan and I were.
Right? Yeah, no, Seattle can be game planned. Look, they were shut out pretty much by the Packers until late into that game. Yes. They can be game planned. What I worry about actually is this whole 2-week break too, because if you remember, the Patriots had a 2-week break the last time, played the Ravens, and could not have started any worse. Yeah. Is the two-week break going to hurt the Patriots or going to hurt Seattle?
It always seems to hurt the Patriots.
It always does, yeah. I don't know,
start after
but it's been such a weird 2 weeks. That first week was all about the controversy. It went by oddly very quickly. I don't know if they feel like they had a 2-week break this time around. I don't know what to expect with respect to everything that happened.
Well, Vince Wilfork is the key to me because of the running game, and he looked terrible 2 weeks, when after the Ravens game, and he looked like he had, swallowed another person at that point, right?
Running off the
literally,
field, that shot.
and that's what I worry about the big fat guys is that you give them 2 weeks without the regular exercise.
They can put on another 10 pounds.
And yeah, he's put on 30 pounds, and all of a sudden we're all in trouble.
But you know what, though? I think that they have sort of adjusted the defense, and the first game that they had against the Ravens there, I thought, Ninkovich looked like he was sort of caught in between on a lot of these. And yet the last game, he seemed to have figured out a few things.
Yeah.
And I thought he played a much better game last week. And I think Ninkovich is one of the keys to containing Wilson.
Yeah, that's a great point. Ninkovich is, we were talking about it on the drive here. We think Ninkovich is possibly the guy who's going to mirror Steve,
that right?
Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Wilson
I think
doing,
that,
I
do
mean,
too.
he's the guy that who's going to make sure he
Shadow
stays
him
in the pocket. And
Yep.
Look, how he played in the Ravens game almost cost us, the playoff game.
Well,
how
he
he
had a different
played in the Colts game,
assignment.
he was remarkable.
Yes.
9 hurries. 9 hurries.
Ninkovich did?
In that game.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's
I didn't
pretty
know that.
remarkable. So we're talking about the defense. Now let's go to the offensive side. Mr. Brady, who's sick right now, and apparently if you
He's got the sniffles.
Yeah, his remedy is garlic. Did you guys know that?
Yes, I saw
Yeah, I
that.
don't know what he's doing, taking it intravenously or something.
Right.
But we need him well. That we need that number 12 well on Sunday, and somehow I think they'll.
Yeah, I don't. If we're starting with Brady, I don't want to hear any excuses. Remember that first Super Bowl? There was that ankle injury coming in.
Right.
We've talked
The
about this.
sports hernia.
That second Super Bowl, he throws the safety, he throws the ball away in the end zone. It's a safety. We've given up 9 points.
Which you're not over to the
I'm
say.
not over.
You're right.
Well, look, I still think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. We would all bet our last dollar on him.
Yeah.
However, we can't get by the fact that he's had 2 B- games in his last 2 Super Bowls.
But
right?
remember, when he was sick one time before, may have been his greatest game, that Pittsburgh
Yeah. Oh, that's
AFC
right.
Championship game,
Sure.
where he had the long bombs to to Patton and
Yeah.
Branch.
Yeah.
Just a spectacular game.
Well, being sick may help him because he comes so jacked up, early
That's
in the
true.
game, and he's
Yeah.
overthrowing everyone, bringing that sickness along. And I think about Michael Jordan when he had maybe one of the greatest games he ever had in his
Right.
career, and apparently he was taking IVs before the game and stuff. So maybe this brings him down a little bit. And look, how Tom Brady goes will how go the Patriots on Sunday, right?
forces
I
you
don't
to
think
focus
Tom is that
sometimes.
sick, though. I mean, he says he's had
got
it
a
for about
cold.
5 days, which means it's
Right.
tapering down. You know the old saying
They'll pump
about
him
a
full of
head cold.
fluid.
It's Colgate.
fine.
It's
Yeah,
Colgate
it's
right now.
gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
There's always
Yeah,
a
they
gate,
need
no matter
something-
what.
they need something to talk
I mean,
about.
literally, they say Colgate.
Look, I think they're gonna, that last Seattle game, they threw the ball 58 times in a regulation game against Seattle 2
Wow,
years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
58 times. So
They plan on
I got to
more.
tell you, I think they're going to spread him out, and he's going to be tossing that ball around the field all the time. I think they'll try to get Blunt going, but if he doesn't have success in the first 2 series with Blunt, you think he's going to
Really?
keep banging his head against the wall?
I agree with you. They're going to abandon the run.
They're
Really
gonna
All these
abandon
quick.
people who
Yeah.
want the run, they will if they can. If they can't,
Right.
they won't.
Yeah, no.
They
Right,
will.
that's the good thing about the Patriots. You saw them have a
great point.
run specified game. The games against Indianapolis. Obviously, Belichick in the offense sees some reasons why to run the ball. And yet, what was the other game where they just threw it?
The Ravens.
against
Yeah, it's
the
amazing how
Ravens.
fast these guys abandon. Belichick, who's the smartest coach who ever lived, he'll abandon the run after 3 series.
Yeah.
He'll just say,
Right.
we
Right.
weren't
After one
running it.
series.
I'm done.
I know, yeah, right.
If they're packing 9 in the box, that's it. We're throwing
Call
every
it off.
time.
But I like the run game really in the red zone area. Actually, I think that's where,
Yeah.
when you get, within the 10-yard line and stuff, I like to run the ball. And I think that Blunt's
yeah.
very effective
I do too.
in
Yeah.
sticking that in. And I think that, they try to jam it into Gronk a lot of times when everyone knows it's coming to him. Stick to the run in the red zone area. Maybe,
you're right. Because I worry I don't think Seattle has played great defensive games in the playoffs yet. I mean, I don't think they played a great defensive game against Green Bay or Carolina. But what I have seen is they're very tough to score touchdowns against in the red zone. And what I worry about is it's a field goal festival in the first half, and we outplay them, and we're up 12-7.
Oh, that was the Green Bay game.
Right?
Yeah.
Green Bay game.
That would be killer.
But you know
Green Bay
what,
should have
though?
gotten up by that third score.
They won't go for field goals all the time.
You think they'll go?
either.
So fourth and one.
Of
All right, let's
course.
4th and 1 from our
The 40?
from our 40 from their 40. He's going for it every time,
Yes.
right?
You have to,
fourth and
even the
ones.
first quarter.
First quarter.
you
I
have
think
to
he says
set the
anytime we
pace.
pass our own 40 on 4th down and less than a yard, we're going.
Here's what I wondered. Do you think that they'll go no huddle offense right off the start? Just
They may,
kinda
yeah.
Set a
Yeah.
nice fast pace.
I'd love to see that.
And
And
you
can
know,
we agree as the Grandstanders, as a group, we all hate field goals? Field goals, except
with
to
you,
win
too.
games,
Yeah.
it's a simple math
Right.
equation.
Well, if you're
You've got to
third
kick
and- right,
3
although
field
if
goals to beat a touchdown.
But
You're
if you're
waffling
3rd
when
and
you
10,
fit-
if you're 3rd and 10 on their 30-yard line, and you
Okay.
don't make right, you got to kick the field goal.
Right,
But
right.
but I agree. Like 4th and 3 from the 24, go
right,
for it.
I'm with you, too.
Or Mike McCarthy in the Packers game.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's crazy
Fourth
town.
and a half a yard.
Crazy
What it was,
town.
the first or second drive
Well,
of the,
I've
of the
always
game?
felt that, come on, you're a team, you're in the playoffs, you're professional, you know all of the situations. You can't get 1 yard.
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
get it.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
you don't deserve it.
It's a
The
referendum on your
Patriots have
players.
trouble getting
Right.
1 yard with that stupid fullback dive every
Yeah,
time.
but Brady's got to have a 95% conversion rate on 4th and 1 on a quarterback sneak. I've never seen another
Well,
quarterback
he
in the
calls
history of the
timeout if he
NFL.
doesn't. If he sees
Yeah.
the stat
Yeah,
against
right,
him,
exactly.
But
he
have
calls-
you ever
he's
seen
smart enough
anyone
to call
convert?
timeout.
Like I want him to do it on 4th and 3. I'm just like send Brady over the guard. That's our best chance.
I can argue that he's the best quarterback
I've
for
ever seen.
quarterback sneak of all
Ever
time,
seen,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I think that's probably unquestionably, probably
Yeah.
statistically, he probably is, as far as
be
when he
surprised.
rushes and getting a first down.
Wouldn't
I
be
mean,
surprised.
remarkable.
Yeah.
That he has that skill set and that he can't run.
So what do you guys think about Edelman? You see him having a big game against their, quick little
No,
Edelman?
I think they take him away.
Really? And Gronk?
Yes.
So you think they can take Edelman and Gronk and they'll make us beat them with who?
Vereen
and
Vereen,
LaFleur?
Amendola.
You think they can
who-
take Gronk away? I mean, you think that's?
I don't know if they
I
can
don't know
take
if they
Gronk
can
away if they
Gronk
put
away
two.
completely, but
Yeah.
they're going to try to minimize him,
Yeah.
just like Indy did.
Then you'll see
double
Vereen.
coverage.
I would
Then you'll
assume
see
so.
Then
your
what-
boy Amendola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would predict again.
Just like
My
we did
boy.
against Indy.
Amendola's going to put the ball on the ground again this week on a kickoff return. He gets lit up every time.
poor
He's
guy.
going to. Yeah, he does.
just-
Well, wait a minute, will Edelman be in shape to do the returns now?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he
Well,
doesn't do
never
kickoff
did
returns.
kickoff
He only
returns.
does
You know,
punt
he
returns.
does punt
right,
returns.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Kickoff returns is suicide.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a tough.
wanted to talk about Russell Wilson a little bit. He's only 5'10".
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he's not a big cat.
If you start to think about,
No, I think he's solid. He's
no,
six
no,
foot
he's not. No, I watched. He's 5'10". In fact, I saw Carol mention a comment. The only thing they didn't like about him was his height
Yeah.
when they're coming out of the draft, and he was what, a 3rd-round pick. So there's the kind of thing where you might have a couple of deflections of passes, which
Right.
can literally, remember, these things change ball games. You have a 3rd down, you get a deflection
Right.
of the pass, you bring them off the field. All of a sudden, this is, when we
Yeah.
talk about Super Bowl, these
Ninkovich
plays
had a
get
couple
magnified
last
a lot
game.
more, don't
I
they?
mean, you look,
Right.
Seattle managed to win a game where I think they lost that turnover battle by -4 against
Yeah.
Green Bay. That hardly ever happens. The stats show if you lose the turnover battle by a net 2, your chances of winning are like 5%. You can't.
See, here's
can't
my
fumble
thing. Sometimes a running quarterback, as elusive as they are, can be a detriment because on that 2-point conversion by Seattle, he throws that pop up again like he did to get.
Yeah,
that
that'll
two-point
never
conversion.
happen.
Oh,
That'll
that
never
was
happen.
just that's. I've never
was
seen a play
bad-
like that.
That was
I've
bad
never.
Green Bay
Yeah,
defense.
that was horrible.
You can't do that against
Yeah.
the Patriots. They're too.
It's pretty clear that if the Seattle wins, that Mike McCarthy's getting a ring, right? I mean, he literally, right? He contributed to
Right.
the Seattle run to the Super Bowl more than anyone has contributed.
Right.
I've never seen a game where a team that won the game should have lost by 30 points.
Right.
It's true.
Right.
Literally 30
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, look,
Yeah.
Wilson had a bad game, but that kid's he's a winning. Look, he's a winning player. He figured out a way to
like
win.
him.
He's a hell of a quarterback.
Oh yeah, he's a great quarterback.
Yeah.
But
He scares the bejesus out of me.
but who in the wide receiving core of
That's
Seattle
why I don't.
scares
That's
you?
why I
that
don't.
much.
Oh, right,
That's why I
right.
don't think they can come back. If they're down 13, 14 points, the Seahawks, I don't think they're coming back in this game.
We can smother their top 3 targets.
Yeah, because you're going to have Revis take Baldwin, right? So he takes him out of the equation.
I can't tell the difference between those. Who's Baldwin and who's Curse? Is there a tall one and a short one, a fast one and a slow one? I have no idea.
They don't have unique talents in that.
Yeah.
So you can defend them. And it's funny, over the years the Patriots have had those problems where you all of a sudden take out Randy Moss and Welker and we have no one else.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? So in the playoffs that rears its ugly head. And I think that Belichick seems to be awful calm, cool, and collected this week, doesn't he, now that Deflategate's in the rearview mirror. And I think he knows a game plan that he's very confident with.
I do too.
Do we have an advantage on special teams against these guys?
Oh, yes.
We do? Is there?
The Patriots are superior special teams, but Seattle's been very good with that fake field goal, I think 3 times this year.
Is that right? If we get beat on a fake field goal, I'm done. I'm out.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like
Green Bay should be ashamed of
I'm out
themselves.
at that point in time.
Yeah.
Patriots are ranked, what, 3rd on special teams? in
They've
the
had a great
NFL?
year on
I was
special
reading in the
teams. Great
Globe
year.
today.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to first of all mention this is the our Pat the Patriot, and this is what we consider the true logo
That is the
of
true
the
logo.
Patriots. And this helmet is This is a helmet that Steve Nelson wore when he played.
How many
for the New
concussions do you
England
think
Patriots.
Steve Nelson got on that helmet over the course of his career?
We could use Steve Nelson this
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
I
This
think we're
is a
all
g-
right on our linebacking
No,
core.
but I don't know. This is a game where all of a sudden I wish
I
Gerard
wouldn't mind
Mayo
a
was.
heavy hitter
I
in the
wouldn't mind
middle.
Gerard.
I
Yeah,
would.
that's
I
a
think
good
Gerard
point.
Mayo would. When
Yeah.
you're talking about Lynch, he would have helped a lot
Sure.
this week, don't you think?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where. Right. So in defense,
They have been exceptionally healthy this year. There's only been 2 injuries of significance, Ridley and Mayo. That's it. Everyone else is still
They
there.
are healthy.
Knock
They're in
on
good
wood.
shape.
And hopefully it continues through one more game.
Right. All right. So keys in offense. Who's kind of we're in the prediction game, and predictions are fun. Who's going to be the key guy in the Patriots offense that's going to stand out beyond Brady? Give me somebody that we're not thinking about right now.
Well, honestly, I think that offensive line is the key to the whole. Soldier probably the left side of that offensive line and their ability to give Brady an extra half a second to throw the ball. I think if he gets a beat, we're going to be in good shape.
Yeah.
If he's under pressure, because we've all seen it this year, he gets that sort of happy feet. Who was the guy? Jim Everett,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. By the end of Jim Everett's career, if anyone just looked like he was coming around the corner at him, he was done. Now, Brady's not there, but he does not like guys around his feet.
Because the
He's very
defense can get in
jittery.
his head.
Absolutely.
Right, and especially early on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think early on, would you take a tied game at halftime? I would. I think
Yeah.
the Patriots
Yeah.
are in great shape if
Good,
they
good,
can
very
just,
good second half team.
Yeah, if we can get to halftime.
Patriots have a young defense. They'd be fresher, I think.
Alan's already got the Patriots winning. He's already.
Oh, no, I've got them.
I know he's
pretty
already
much
had
posted.
his
We're
lawn
not doing
chair
our-
set
we're
at the
not-
parade
we're not
right here.
doing
He's
our-
got the best seat on.
Let's hold it for our predictions, but it's going to be very interesting to see. I think we can sit here and say Edelman. They could pick a guy to take out of the game. They can pick at least one guy to your point, Joe. They could pick at least one guy to take out of the game, but our offensive line has got to stand firm. If our offensive line breaks down like they did in that first Super Bowl against the Giants, we're cooked. This
Well, I
thing's
don't
not
think they're
getting
going to be
off the
going
ground.
deep downfield and over the middle like they were in
Right.
that game. Now it's going to be all about the short pass and wide receiver screens, spreading it out amongst these 5-6 targets he's going to be using at all times at eligible and ineligible receivers. He's going to keep
Right.
them thinking, spread them wide across
I
the
hope
field.
And
so.
if are we going
So
to see
that they can't come this way.
are we going to see a Brian Timms bomb?
No, we're not going to see.
before
He's
it's-
not going to
No,
put the ball.
Or Matthew Slater.
He is not
comes
going
in
to put the ball in the hands of anyone he's not confident in. That much is clear. That's what Jonas Gray has not been playing probably as much because he does not want Jonas Gray to have a key fumble late in the game to lose it. He just doesn't.
No, right. So I mean,
Right, Timms is not going to touch the ball. It's going to be the horses who brought us here.
are we going to throw it in Sherman's side, or are we going to stay away from him?
If they're up by 3 scores, then they'll throw it to Aaron Dobson being covered by
Aaron Donald.
Aaron
Sherman.
Dobson, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Aaron-
just to make a point.
Yeah, right.
They'll throw it at Sherman's side then.
You think Sherman's still hurt? I gotta believe. I mean,
I don't
if
think
he's not the
Sherman's
biggest
injury is
faker
bad.
God
Yeah.
ever put
I
on
don't
the
think
earth,
Sherman's
because
injury is bad. I think Thomas's injury may
it is
compromise him in tackling.
Because and again, he had that little tweak in the groin too. That kind of can makes you susceptible to the double
be
move.
terrible if one or two of those guys went out early in the game.
oh, I would just be
Well,
horrible.
remember
Just
what
him
happened to us
pulled
against
muscle.
Carolina there when when Rodney went down and they just couldn't.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
couldn't stop
And
him.
the game just
Right.
went to hell in a handbasket in no time.
I forgot about that. It's a great point.
You know, I want to talk about a couple of things. The media day and Marshawn Lynch. I mean, did you see this where he, you know, he was?
I don't want to get fined or something. I'm just here because I don't want to get fined or
But
something.
he'll talk Skittles all day while they're paying him, but he won't.
I mean, but why does the NFL even put him out in the forefront when he's just embarrassing
I totally
himself
agree.
and
They're
the
just
NFL?
doing it to make a point.
But the media, I mean, is there some problem with them? I mean, if a person says no comment, that's no comment. We move on. Do I
Media
really
Day
need to
isn't
see?
really even media. It's a circus. It's
is a
the circus
circus.
comes to town.
Yeah,
it's not
and
for
MTV
anybody.
and
I think
and
it's
all
the biggest waste of time in the
Yeah.
football year is media day.
Do you think the NFL just all of a sudden it's like that buffet and they just keep stuffing food into you? I mean, they're really just over marketing.
They were
this.
charging $30
Oh, yeah,
for
for-
seats at media day.
Right.
So,
Which is absurd.
so what they made an extra $200,000. This is like a $5 billion industry, and they made an extra $200,000.
But it increases the ratings for the Super Bowl because now you're getting the advertising out in all these outlets that they normally never touch.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're probably right. It's promotional. It's a
then
great
they,
point.
But then they put the game in maybe arguably the worst state in the country, Arizona. And you see this, I mean, there's really nothing to do there. The Patriots are actually staying in the desert
Yeah.
2.5
Something
miles.
tells me we're not going to be on in
loves that.
Arizona any day.
Right, yeah, I mean, no, it's politically everything one of the worst states in the country.
Yeah, it's
right?
rough.
And you got there's nothing to do there. So the whole NFL experience is in this parking lot next
Glendale.
to the
Have you been
stadium.
to Glendale?
Oh, I've been
I've
to
been to
all of them.
Glendale,
I mean,
sure.
it makes Route 1 look like Beverly Hills. I mean, we're talking about
North or
just,
South Side Route 1?
I mean,
Oh,
there's
my
just
God.
nothing
There
to
he
do
goes.
in
But
Arizona.
wait a
So-
minute, though. Wait a minute. Doesn't Arizona, don't they have no daylight savings time? So they're always,
It's always light in Arizona.
Well, it needs to be light because everybody's carrying a gun.
Oh,
I
boy.
mean, seriously.
Yeah, we've lost the Arizona market, fellas.
Remember they pulled
We've lost the
gotta be
Arizona
kidding.
market.
they pulled
We'll
the
get 'em
Super
going
Bowl
on
from them
Florida
before
next
because
week.
they wouldn't
If it wasn't
celebrate
for
MLK.
Alabama, Arizona would be the worst state in the country.
Do me a favor.
fellas.
Don't start saying bad stuff about New Hampshire.
Yeah, no, I would never say anything bad about New
Cow
Hampshire. God bless them.
We should do our predictions soon.
No,
right?
well, yeah, we will. Yeah, but I want to say, what's more nerve-wracking? Would you like to be at the Super Bowl or Sunday, or would you?
No, we've
rather
talked about
watch
this.
it?
I would imagine being there is less nerve-wracking than
Oh,
it's
Yeah,
going to
I
be.
find
too.
it that way myself
Right?
easily.
agree,
Yeah.
too.
Because you can get rid of all that nervous energy when you're we're talking about
Stamping your
Fenway,
feet,
right?
clapping your hands.
At
No,
home,
but
you're
TV
just, I'll be a
coverage,
stark
to me,
raving
it's always
lunatic.
irritated me.
Yeah.
Always
So
irritated.
Michaels and Collinsworth are doing it this week, right?
And I like
Yeah,
Collins.
okay.
Yeah,
I'll take
that's
Collins
better.
Okay.
any day of the week.
But the halftime show and all that, and it takes like 45 minutes. That's tough. You know, we're so into the game, and all of a sudden,
right.
that's it. You know, you
Right,
need to go
you
take a
got-
walk.
Right,
And
yeah.
and of course, we'll be captivated with Katy Perry, with Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz, that's
so
right.
There.
Oh, he's a Jets fan.
Is he really?
But the most
Yeah,
remarkable
he sings
thing, I
the
don't know,
Jets theme song.
is that right?
Yeah.
Do you realize
you know
that
that?
they wanted
He
Katy Perry
introduced
to
the
pay?
butt fumble
Oh
game.
yeah.
They wanted Katy.
well,
do you
okay.
realize they wanted Katy Perry to pay?
Hey,
Well, I think she
to
did.
perform with the.
It's all they look
Yeah.
at it as we're
The
promoting her
exposure.
globally.
By the way, what was the cost of a 30-second commercial going to be?
$4 million.
Is that what it's up to? Is
Yeah.
that
It
increased
is sold
every
out.
year?
It's sold
Oh,
out.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely.
and then so obviously we bought one for the grandstanders promoting, but we only did a 30-second. Right.
You weren't supposed to tell him.
No.
Right.
Use your credit card, which has worked out well. Thank you so much. I mean, and so now, of course, there'll be the Super Bowl parties. Will you guys go to a Super Bowl party?
Yeah, I'm involuntarily hosting one.
Yeah.
I got told like, oh, by the way, there's all these people coming over. I said, okay.
And will you immediately tell people to leave if they say they're here just for the commercials?
Yeah, I can't.
Oh.
I'm going to
Yeah,
set up two
that's-
TVs. I have an extra TV kicking around. I'm going to put it in another room and say, if you want to watch the commercials and jib jab. be
That's
my
a
guest.
brilliant thing. You have to give the NFL
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
they've been able to promote and they actually have a show that was on this
Right,
week.
best-
The
Yeah.
best.
The
Super
making
Bowl
of these
commercial.
commercials,
Yeah.
and then afterwards it'll be. Oh.
And
Well,
and then-
look, it's where how many points in time during the year can you gather that many people around a TV set? I mean, it's live sports. That's why the fees keep going up, is because it's your only way to
Well,
get
it's
people
so
around the
global
TV set.
now.
And you can't
you
DVR.
Now
No
you
one
use
in their
it
right mind is going to
Japan
DVR the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
To skip the
Right.
commercials.
Now
right?
with the web, now people are watching it across the world live, whereas
Yeah.
they used to have to watch it in delay 3 days later. All right, so we're getting close to the end of the show. we need to do predictions. And arguably, this is one of the top 10 most important sporting events in the history of Boston sports. I like to always say that. It's the Super Bowl. It's one game.
It's
makes
the most important game now.
Literally, yeah, right. So
I want Alan to. Alan
Alan,
has been.
you
I
go
gotta
first.
say, he's been our
I kind of know where
Nostradamus.
Alan's leaning a little bit.
He's been on target.
Okay, this is the Patriots game. They've been here too many times. They know what it takes to win. They've felt the sting of defeat. This is lining everything up for the Patriots. They're in an ascending trajectory. And my prediction is they will be ahead at halftime. The defense will score 14 points. I got a pick six and a fumble recovery.
Wow, there you go.
And I think your offensive surprise player will be Shane Vereen.
All right. So there you go. Oh, give me a score, a quick score.
Oh, I've got like 38 to 28, somewhere around there.
All right. Oh, high scoring. There you go, Joe.
Well, I think the Patriots defense will do even better than that because it'll be 31-12. Just hold Seattle to a handful of field goals, and that's it.
Wow.
But I second the Vereen notion.
So what's your score? What is your score?
31-12.
31-12.
Yeah.
All right. I have the Patriots winning 24-10. Actually, I think
right?
the defense does not give up a point in the second half, which they've done a lot this
you're
season.
quite
That's
right.
been right. That's been a great attribute of the defense. They'll have figured out Wilson and made all the proper adjustments, and we will win our 4th Super Bowl title. And something will happen at the
That will be
podium.
inexplicable.
Someone will mention something about
A deflating balloon
Deflategate.
will come down.
Right.
when Goodell gives the trophy to Kraft, he may tell Goodell to shove it somewhere, something or nothing. That's going to be fun to watch.
So, I'm a big believer in regular season games that the team that wants it more tends to win.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that would be the case for a playoff game or a Super Bowl. I think that the Patriots want this game, and their quarterback and their coach want this game more than any game they've ever played. And I think it's going to rectify the slow start problem. I think these guys are going to come out angry and aggressive and bold, and they're going to play without a feeling of risk. And I think it's a cakewalk. I think it's 31-13.
Wow, that would be great.
I think we're going to kill these guys. And I typically don't feel like that in these things. I think it's going to be a cakewalk.
Well, have you seen a more cocky team than the Seahawks? I mean, they really talk with
You
bravado.
want to knock that chip off that shoulder.
And I think, again,
Right,
and this is their second year in a row.
know.
And this is for the legacy. This is the legacy game. And
But
it's not that
both
way for
teams.
Seattle.
Do you remember the greatest team on turf?
Yeah,
I got
right,
handled
exactly,
pretty well.
They
absolutely.
got lit up,
Right.
yeah.
So
And
Legion of
doesn't
Boom.
Russell Wilson have to get paid after this year?
Yeah, the clock will be ticking on the Seahawks dynasty once they have to start paying their quarterback big dollars.
Well, boys, I think you're all right because the Patriots will win, and I'm going to make a prediction about next season. If the Patriots win on Sunday, the Patriots will win the Super Bowl next year. I think this will have a huge carryover effect. Absolutely. And I think, if they don't win on Sunday, I'm not saying break up the team, but I think the team's going to look dramatically different moving forward in the next
This is
year.
all or nothing.
This
Sans
is all
Revis
or
and
nothing.
McCourty and them?
Absolutely. This is
All or nothing.
all or nothing. You know, look, Deflategate was a problem, okay? We need to put that away, and the only way you can put that away is to beat the Seahawks on Sunday. That's it. Because if you're the champions, they got to give you some level of respect.
Yeah.
So that's our show for tonight, guys. Hopefully next Thursday
happy
night
next
on Thursday
Thursday.
Night Live, we will be very happy. We will be joyous, and we'll be celebrating a Patriots victory. I hope you guys all enjoy the Patriots game, the Super Bowl on Sunday. Thank you for everyone in the backgrounds helping us out on Thursday Night Live Grandstanders. My name is Scott Kerman. Have a good night.
Go Pats.